Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is clayrammage. I'm back again with another Goodwill Bins haul video. I'm excited to share with you what I found today. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of thrifting content. And to hit the likes button, the thumbs up button. And feel free to comment. We love comments. We love responding to comments. And thank you also to all my new subscribers recently, and welcome to our journey of thrifting and resellers life, if you will. So things have been going well. Been selling a lot of stuff, so I went and picked up some more stuff. It's a smaller haul today. It was kind of slower. I went on Mondays. I used to go on Tuesdays, but now I'm starting to go on Mondays because I'm having other meetings on Tuesdays that prevent me from going on Tuesdays. So I'm going on Mondays, but a lot of memories with today's stuff. So we'll talk about that as we get into it, but I'm going to get a couple of the larger things out of the way first. So I normally don't deal in electronic stuff just because there's a lot, that you need to know or need to be able to show or prove or whatever. But I did pick up this particular item, and it's very heavy. It is a H.H. Scott stereo amplifier, and this particular one is a solid state one, which means it's got transistors. It's not vacuum tubes in it, and this dates from the 1970s, mid to late 1970s, 75 to 79, somewhere in there. And that brings back memories because my brother used to be well, he still is, audiophile. He loves good stereo systems. So anyway, there was no power cord. I haven't been able to test it or anything yet, but even so, that brand H.H. Scott is highly collectible, highly desirable, especially for these older vintage units. I've not been able to find one similar that's sold on eBay, or any other platform that's easily found. But some of that stuff goes for very, very big money. So we'll have to do some more research to figure out what to do with that. But the other item I got, and I'm amazed this thing survived the bins, is this vintage bird cage. It's quite dusty. That's part of the reason you know it's vintage, but here's the little door. And this one I think is a little more just intended for decorative purposes, although it easily could have a bird in it. And these, the bars on the cage are also wood. They're very, very thin bars. That's why I'm like surprised this thing survived the bins, plus the little finials on each corner. And it's surprising thing is it's very light for as large as it is. It's 1 pound 5 ounces. And it's got the hook on top. And that's one of the ways you can tell it's vintage, just from this hook and the little bit of age and patina that's on that. And that's the only problem, is the top. You can see it's got a little, it tilts to the right a little bit. And it is, like I said, dusty. So we'll clean that up. I'll put that down at the Pink Elephant. But bird cages are still highly desirable and sell for good money. So we will take care of that one quite well. The other thing I found, which was exciting, was a bag full of vintage Christmas garland. This is all plastic. This particular one has the holly and flowers along with the bells. There's 2 strands of this. It has the bells, has a little house and stars. So like I say, there's 2 strands of these. They're all plastic. Here's the other one, exact same stuff. They're very nice, very, very, very good condition. Not even dusty, so they've been stored well. And then there was this bundle, which I found, and it is actually, poinsettias with the holly and ivy. And on it's got a date, it's 1961, Knoll Decorations, New York, made in Hong Kong. So this is from 1961, which is the year I was born. So it's 59 years old as of now. So it's my age, so I had to get that just because of that. Plus, it's a nice vintage set. And then this is the last one. This one is a very nice one also. It's got the bells. And this one I think is missing some pieces because it's got these little hooks with nothing on them. So I think it's supposed to have like bells hanging from it. I do have like this candy cane that I found in the box when I was done that I think it's got a hole. That I think goes on here somewhere because like here's a little cherub. There, go that way. And there's a little present hanging there. And another bell, and you know, so there were little things hanging on them that are missing now. So I think this candy cane somehow, well, I don't think so now that I look at it. Well, maybe, because this was a flocked present, and the flocking is pretty well off of it, along with this little candy cane. So I do think, oh, so it just could have fit directly into, that's probably what it was. Fits like that. Okay, figured it out. So yeah, so there's a number of pieces missing from it, but it's still a great little chain, and you could hang it up and nobody would know the difference that it's missing some pieces. So I was excited about all of those. I found a jar. I don't do much with jars. It's pretty dirty, but I saw the little extra piece in there. It's got a patent date on the bottom. This is actually a Schaefer ink bottle. It would have come with a cap on it, and then that's where you know, you can dip your pen lightly in the ink as opposed to having to dip it in the full amount. So again, it's a vintage bottle. It's not antique bottle, but somebody had a price sticker of $3 on it, so I didn't pay that much. Then I found this Jarling little cup with the here she's skipping rope, over here she's taking a dog for a walk, and it almost looks like a partridge in a pear tree type of figure. But on the bottom, this is a Stavangurflint, something like that. It says made in Norway. That was the main reason I picked it up. And again, because we're in Minnesota, there's a lot of Scandinavian countries represented up here, and these sell pretty well, Scandinavian things. So I bought that to put down at the Pink Elephant, which is where an antique store in Hopkins, Minnesota, where I have a booth. And in fact, it just opened up, and I share a booth with Nicole Northgarden in my recent expansion. So if you haven't checked out her channel, head on over and check out her channel. And if you're in the Twin Cities, head down to the Pink Elephant and check it out. You can buy stuff from both of us now. I found this, what I'm calling a dollhouse butcher block table. It's the right size for a dollhouse, like 1/12 scale. It does have a flower painted on the top, which I thought was cute. In a little slot. I suppose you could use it in your kitchen as even a knife holder. But to me, it's more of a dollhouse decorative piece, but you could use it either way, I think, which would be cool. I found this little ornament. There was a lot of Christmas stuff today. And oops, I found this ornament. Well, I'll show this side, and then I'll show this side. This side, it says on the bottom, Norman Rockwell, 1982. But then on this side, it has copyright date 1982. But then it also says McDonald's. So these must have been sold or promoted through McDonald's at some point. It's got the big arch on there, so we know it's McDonald's Corporation. And so I picked it up because it hits several collector levels, McDonald's and Norman Rockwell, and Christmas ornaments. How can you go wrong with those? Okay. I picked up, a few weeks back, I picked up a number of little cat figurines at the bins, and one of them was laying on its back, and several people commented that they thought it was a gum holder, or, you know, when you're chewing your gum and you take it out and you want to save it, you put it in this little dish. And what's funny is today I actually found an official gum parker, as it's called on here. So it's the little cat, lays on his back. I would clean this first. I haven't cleaned it. You put your little wad of gum there and you can come back and chew it later. which is interesting. And a lot of these were made in Japan, but this one isn't marked. So it's possible this one was made here in the US because it's not marked. And it did at one point probably have a label right there, but that's gone. But yeah, so this will go down at the Pink Elephant. I have a whole almost complete shelf of cat figurines right now down at the Pink Elephant. So if you're local and you want some cat figurines, head down there. I've been finding a lot of marbles at the bins lately. Now they are heavier. So like this particular, where's my scale? I just had it. Oh, here it is. Put it over there. This particular bag of marbles weighs 12 ounces, and I paid $1.99 a pound. So this was probably, I paid $1.50 for this bag of marbles. These are the larger ones, what we used to call the shooters. They're the cat's eye style. And we'll have to take a closer look to see. A lot of these look like they're machine made, but there's one or two that might be handmade. Let's pull out this. Yeah, this one was one I was thinking was handmade, and you can usually immediately tell handmade because number one, they have bubbles inside, but number two, there's a what they call a little pontal where they were attached to the stick where they blow the glass. So then that's right there, you can see that. So this one's a hand blown one, and they do make currently even make hand blown marbles, so it's not like that's a sign that they're old. But if you find marbles like these that are clear, there's no bubbles in them, those are going to be made marbles. So they're fairly new, and I figured most of these were, but marbles are still collectible. People like collecting, and they're still played with and still made today, so which is pretty cool. And this one's kind of interesting. This one might be hand blown too, or just a poorly made one. Anyway, so yeah. So that's our little marble bag. So those will go, and what I do with marbles is I make a lot, put them in a jar and make a whole lot of marbles. Oh, and my bill today was a total of $15.48. So, found this trivet. This is a Holt Howard trivet, actually, made in Japan. There's the sticker, the Holt Howard sticker, and then it's marked on the ceramic piece. It is extremely dirty. It was obviously in a kitchen with a lot of grease, so it needs to be cleaned up. But Holt Howard stuff is always collectible. These trivets are, you know, about $15, 15 to 20, depending upon the subject matter on the trivet, on the ceramic piece there. So, yeah, so that was a good deal. Again, this weighed 13 ounces. So again, about $1.50, $1.60. I found this vintage pink garbage can. Very mid-century modern with the graphic design on there. It's plain on this side. But yeah, and very clean, great shape, no cracks, chips, you know, a few scuffs, but it'll clean up pretty well. And this was 12 ounces. So again, about $1.50 for that. So that'll put down at the Pink Elephant for like $15. So a lot of things I look at, so like I paid $1.50, let's say, for this. 10 times my money is almost immediately my first response. So can I get $15 for this? Yes. On eBay. Can I get $15 for this? Yes, I believe I could. And if I discount it to 10, I'm still doing well. So that's kind of the pricing model I use on a lot of this stuff. I found a couple pieces of jewelry. This is a stone necklace. And you can see these are natural stones, not overly polished. They have a lot of detail in them. And then I also found this Christmas necklace, which has a number of charms, like there's the candlestick, there's a wreath. And so again, a lot of my jewelry, I just put in a lot and sell them. And if you're interested in seeing a lot of the jewelry in detail that I picked up at the bins, you can go over to Melissa's channel. It's called Journey of Jewelry, and I'll put the link down below. And she bought a 12-pound box from me full of jewelry that I pulled out of the bins. All of that she got was from the bins. And there is some, you know, precious metal silver, sterling silver and stuff in there. And it's a multiple part series she's got going on right now. So go on over to her channel and check it out. And if you haven't already, subscribe to her channel, help her out. She's getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So let's push her over the edge and get her up there. And I also found this, which I thought was interesting. It's a Maui. This was bought in Maui. I assume it says Jewelry Stand Maui. Probably bought as a souvenir piece. Obviously modern, but it says Maui Wish Bracelet. Make a wish upon the string. You can wish for anything, and when it breaks, your wish comes true. So basically, you're supposed to wear this until it breaks. That's how I read that, which I thought was interesting. And then you get a free wish. And this happens to be a, looks like a cat on there. So that was kind of fun. And then I'm almost to the end. The other thing I found was this. It's a magnifying glass that, you know, has leather case to it that just closes up on each side. I remember these when I was a kid. And I don't even remember who had it, but I remember playing with one similar. It was a smaller version. But this particular one is a West Germany piece. It's a high quality Eisenbach, Eisenbach, Eschenbach, West Germany. So yeah, so these are great. It's a good collectible piece. Not a high dollar piece by any means. And then, going back to the 70s again, our last piece is this vintage mushroom latch hook decorative piece. It's been bound on the back, you know, along the edges, but it's not framed for like being a rug. It's definitely more of a wall hanger piece. But I've done well with these. I actually, last winter, I did one. It was a vintage kit that I found at the bins, and I didn't want to sell it because it was open and I didn't know if it had all the yarn. So I put it together, and once it was done, I listed it on eBay and sold it. So again, this is just a great 1970s mid-century modern, late mid-century modern piece. But that is what we found at the bins today. I thank you so much for watching the channel and staying up with our fun little thrift hauls, and hope we entertained you today. I've been entertained. I'm excited about what we found. I think we got some great value. Definitely will probably 10 times our money off of our haul today. That's my estimate. But anyway, and of course the stereo system alone could be 10 times the money, maybe a lot more. I don't really know. It's going to take some more research. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. Catch you next time. Bye.